Hey, it's Mark Lanier with your video thought for the day. We're still working this week through the idea of God's abiding. And so this morning, I want to ask you this question. Have you ever had a friend make a promise to you and then have them let you down? Do you remember, maybe you're old enough, maybe you're not, maybe you're just into older music, but do you remember the Jackson 5 had this song, I'll Be There? And Michael Jackson would be singing the lead and he'd sing, Whenever You Need Me, I'll Be There. Well, Michael Jackson isn't there for anybody anymore. It's a wonderful idea to tell someone you'll always be there. But realistically, as humans, we're not always there for someone, which makes to me today's passage of scripture especially nice. Because today I want to talk to you about a passage that's found in the book of Hebrews, chapter 13. And it's verse 5. And in this passage, God says, never will I leave you. Never will I forsake you. That's pretty cool stuff. Look at it in this sense. Number one, God says, never. That spans all time. That spans my past, that spans my present, that spans my future. This means that the promise of God is there regardless of what our circumstances are. The promise of God is there regardless of how we feel about it. God's commitment isn't temporal. It's not conditional. It is a permanent commitment. Never will I leave you. Never will I forsake you. And I love this because in addition to never, you've got this second aspect of it, will I leave you aspect. I mean, God commits to staying with us, not just watching us from afar. This is a presence. This is a present active engagement in our lives. Again, it's not based upon what time of day it is. We don't need to worry God's asleep. God doesn't take a holiday or vacation. This is a present reality, even if we don't feel it. God says, I will not leave you. Sometimes we just need to boss our feelings around and say, you may not feel like God is there, but I know He is, because He promised He would never leave me. And then the third thing I'd like to say about this is there's a promise here of God's not just presence in our life, but of His support, because He says, I won't forsake you. And forsake means to give up on someone, to abandon someone. God commits to supporting you and me and upholding us and giving us His ongoing help. This is a tremendous thing. It's not just words on a page. It's not just words in a Bible. This is a commitment from an abiding God. It says, never will I leave or forsake you. So here's my challenge to you. Choose an area of your life where sometimes you feel vulnerable or you feel alone. It might be your job, might be a relationship, might be some personal struggle, but write it down, whatever it is. And then right below it, God's promise in Hebrews 13, never will I leave you, never will I forsake you. And carry that with you as a tangible reminder of God's real presence in your life. Let this truth empower you to live today in joy of the Lord. So I've made it your video thought for the day.